Hello guys, RCG here and welcome back to another one command block creation. This is Tinker's Construct 2 in one command block. This is actually the follow-up to a command that I released over a year ago, which was Tinker's Construct. It had a few bugs and wasn't really fit for multiplayer, but this one is. It is for 1.9 and 1.10. And thanks to TPC Bonnet and Darkpeep, I managed to actually make this possible and, as far as I know, bug free. So that's really what I was going for. So for this video, you probably have seen that this is a really long video, or at least it's going to be a really long video. But if you want to backtrack or just see for yourself what little parts of the contraption look like, there will also be small videos in the description and in cards that will help you find that part back and watch that really quickly and skim through it a little bit better. But you can also just watch this big video and get all of the content at once. They won't really differ. So this creation, as I said, is for 1.9 and 1.10 and for multiplayer of both versions. The cool thing is it has also some new features. It works better, and I have added a lot of your suggestions that I got through the comments on my last video, which has over 100,000 views. Thanks a lot to that, guys. So yeah, let's dive straight into installation. If you want to install this module, you need to give yourself a command block first. You do this by typing the following in your chat and pressing enter afterwards. Then try to face north, because that's the direction that it will be spawning in, and that way you don't spawn, or the machine doesn't spawn right in your face. So at the moment I'm facing north, you can exit F3 and place the command block down. Then enter the codes from the description, the first one, in the command block, and press always active, and then done. And there you go. The machine is now installed. Well, the first part. Now get the next command, and as you see, the command block is empty. Get the next part from the description and insert this one as well. If you just wanted the Smeltery in your world, then you're now fine and dandy to go and make a Smeltery and make it work. If you want to add the tools and Modifier system too, you need to add a few more commands to your system. So just get a command block, paste it right here next to the dark brown module. Get the third command from the description, put it in the command block, press needs redstone to be always active, and then press done. And there you go. That is the first part done. So you need to add two more, just like what we did with the last one. The thing to note here is that these modules operate separately, but you need the Smeltery to run the tool system. So you can't run the tool system without the Smeltery system. So the whole system is now working. You can create a Smeltery, double ores, you can cast your ores onto tools and create some awesome tools, modifier tools to get some ridiculously OP tools. But let's say you got bored of this and you want to uninstall part of it, or the whole system. Well, to remove the tool system, just press the sign that is underneath the TC Tools sign, and it will remove the whole system and give you a little crediting message. But then if you want to install the Smeltery as well, same thing, and it will give you the same message as well. Now that you've installed the module, let's create our first Smeltery. So the first thing you need to build is this structure that is a vase of stone brick. It has a bottom of a 3x3 and the sides are 3x4 with a piece of obsidian in the middle. Once you've got that, you need to you need to get the remaining objects, which is a dropper, 3 glass and a furnace. Then jump into the middle, and the way that you're facing is the way there is the position, the side that the front face will be. So if I, for example, face the machine and the chest, then my front face will also be on this side. And I can show you that by simply jumping in. There you go. With those 3 materials, they now got cleared from my inventory. And I have my system is set up. There's also barriers on top preventing you from falling in. So yeah, that's your first Smeltery. I have created a new smeltery so we can show off its function. So a smeltery basically doubles ores with the input of some fuel, and it's actually really cool. So first of all, you need any of the default ores. So in this case I'll just take some iron and some gold, because those are the ones you will mostly smelt. I mean, lapis is not even useful to smelt, so I don't even know why, but you can smelt it. And if you need a lot of lava, basically. So let's just grab 3 buckets and yeah, basically show it off. So if you head up to your smeltery and get close, you see that you get a message. This is the current, what's currently inside of a smeltery. So currently we have so many ores and so many fuel ticks left, which is also 0. So to get some fuel ticks, you basically need to go into the furnace and add some lava into the smeltery. There you go. And now if you head up to it, you see that the fuel ticks is slowly depleting. So you have a limited amount of time that the lava lasts, which is 4,000 ticks, which results to 200 seconds. So yeah, let's smelt some ore, shall we? So let's put some iron in. And as you see, it now appears inside of the smeltery. And in a few moments, it will, as you see, it will smelt, and you get everything back. So also the buckets from your lava you get back, and your iron. So let's smelt some more real quick. You can click this in here. Do mind that you need to do this at one at a time. If you put a full stack in, it won't work. If you now head up to it, you see that iron is currently 15, and it will slowly go down to 0. Therefore creating the iron that you wanted. So as I see, I have now 6 iron, which is double the amount that I smelted so far, which is really cool. But it doesn't end there. You can also add more fuel and more ores at the same time. So as I said, the fuel ticks is currently around 2000. But let's say I have a lot of ores in there and I just want to go AFK for a little and let the smeltery go meanwhile. You can add more lava in the smeltery, and it will increase its fuel ticks every time by 4000 ticks. So now it's at 7000 ticks. It will run for quite a while. So we can also now just add some more ores in this. So we've got some iron in there, currently 8 as the tooltip says. So let's add some gold in there too. And as you see, because our gold is higher, has a higher value, it will appear in the smeltery and will therefore get smelted first. The quartz is also a really good one. So we can add some quartz to it, and if we look at the tooltip, you can see that nether quartz, gold, and iron, as you just saw, gold went down. So now let's add some diamonds to it as well. And as you see, the diamonds are worth more than the gold, and they appear in the smeltery and will get smelted first. So now you can see that this thing is filling up quite nicely. And the cool thing is it has enough slots for everything. So it can you can have diamonds in here, nether quartz, emeralds, lapis, redstone, coal, iron and gold, and buckets, and they will all have one slot of 64 available to them. A feature that got added in the second version of my Tinker's Construct command is the fact that you can kill mobs with the smeltery to insert more items. So basically, if you kill a villager with the smeltery, the current emerald count is 0. If I put in a villager, it now turns emerald because emerald is more valuable than redstone, and it has 1 emerald inside, which is pretty great. The zombie pigman, however, is a little bit different, because if you add 1, it doesn't do too much, but if you add 9 of them, so let's just do that. It turns gold, and it adds 2 gold to your smeltery, which is, I think, pretty awesome. The witches also have 1. If you add 1 of those, it adds 2 redstone to you. So it was 3 before, and it's now 5. The last one I need to show is the villager golem, but because there's no spawn egg for those, I need to spawn them in with a command block. So if you add those, it adds 3 iron ingots to your smeltery. And keep in mind that every number that is in this tooltip gets doubled. So if there's currently 4 iron in it, you will get 8 iron in the output here. So of course, this smeltery is just like a furnace. It's very automatable, and it has even more features than a normal furnace. So let's say you want to put in some ores into this. Just put them in a chest and they automatically go in without you needing to click anything. Well, that's easy. Just go on top, throw a hopper right in the middle. There you go. And you see that a hopper appears right here. Don't place that manually, you'll destroy the smeltery. So as you see, there's currently nothing in this. This is a fresh smeltery. And I can put a hopper right here and a chest on top. And there you go. Then you have a chest. Put in your ores. I've grabbed some lapis lazuli ore and will enter. But hey, it doesn't appear in the middle. Well, because you haven't got any fuel in it, this thing won't run. So let's quickly get it out of here. And let's actually do that like so. Haven't prepared this really well. Okay, so let's grab that out of there. And actually put in some lava as well. So, as I said, you can only add it one at a time. So having a full stack in there doesn't really work. So let's put in the lava, right so, like so. And as you see, the furnace lights up, so that indicates that the lava is in. And now you can add the ores to that, and it fills up marvelously. Very, very cool. So the outputs, of course, end up here. You can see that the bucket and some lapis is already in here. But you can add like a hopper underneath and get it out of there manually. But you can also add it to a clock, because this is a dropper and the face is down. So if you want to don't want to have like a huge hopper train down, you can also use the shooting ability of the dropper. So let's quickly make a redstone clock here, and basically this now fires. Well, if I was able to make a better redstone clock than this. So let's say you wanted to get rid of this smeltery for a reason unknown. It's really easy to actually get rid of it. Do mind that you lose everything that is still inside of your smeltery. So currently there are some diamonds in the smeltery smelting up. You will lose those. So just the thing that you need to do is simply break a block and the whole smeltery is gone. So yeah, good luck moving everything. So let's start getting into tools, shall we? To create a tinker's tool, you need three main things. The first thing that you need is a wooden tool of the tool that you want to create. So if you want a pickaxe, you need a wooden pickaxe. The second thing you need is a crafting table and a lever, use for which will be explained later. And the last thing that you need is a smeltery with going with the material in it that you want. So if you want to create, for example, an iron pickaxe, you need a wooden pickaxe, the crafting table and a lever, and 4 iron ores inside of your smeltery. Okay, so let's use these crafting table and levers first. You need to go to any side of your smeltery where the glass is not on. So if there is glass on the smeltery, it doesn't work. And then go to one of the sides in the middle, right here. So and throw down next to it a crafting table and a lever. There you go. And now you have successfully added the cast to your smeltery. So if you flip this lever, the smeltery won't smelt anything anymore. So if there is something inside of the smeltery, it won't get back to the output. This way you can put the smelting on hold. So let's get some ores into the smeltery. Let's create an iron thing at first. Let's actually just grab them all. And just get the smeltery running. So let's put in some iron. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. For example, so that should now show 10 or 9 depending on what, but as I said, I pulled down the lever so it won't ever smelt. So let's put in some gold too, and that will override. I think that's 4, yeah, and let's put in 4 diamonds as well. That's 5, doesn't really matter. And those are the items you can use for your tools. So let's clear our inventory and get the tools. So let's say I wanted a diamond pickaxe, for example. Then just go over here and let's head in game mode 02, just for ease. And you can see that if you hover down the hitbox of the lever, that the hitbox disappears. And if you click right there, there is an armor stand actually holding that item. So you can click it, equip it, and it will give you the item. And if you have sufficient in it, so now I have only 1 diamond left, it took 4, then you will get the item. So this is now a diamond pickaxe with 4 modifiers remaining. You can also do this with the others. So this will turn into a golden sword, which has 5 modifiers remaining. So all gold tools have 5 modifiers, but they are of course golden tools, so they are not too good. If you go to the axe, this will be an iron axe and iron shovel. There you go. And iron tools have 3 modifiers, and as said, diamond have 4. So those are the tools. Now let's get on to the modifiers. We can leave the smeltery system for now and go on to the tools and modifiers system. So first of all, you need an anvil and some blaze powder, and throw this together on the ground to create a tool forge. This tool forge is used to create some new tools and add the modifiers to them. So first of all, you can still use this anvil, which is still here, but do keep in mind that once it breaks, it will also break the tool forge. So the tools, I made them every single one of them, and you can actually get the chest with all these tools and all the modifiers from a link in the description, which is a GIF command. Just insert it into a command block and you can place the chest down and play around with all the tools and modifiers in this system. So every tool, every material of every tool has a different amount of modifiers on them. So iron has 3, golden have 5, and diamonds have 4. So every modifier here is applied on a different level. So for example, haste has 4 levels in total. You can have a tool with haste 4, but the modifier is only remove 1 when you apply level 1 and level 3, which also is set here on the tooltip. So you can have once you apply level 1, you will, on this iron pickaxe for example, you will have 2 modifiers left, but if you apply level 2, it will still be 2 modifiers left. If you apply level 3 however, it will have only 1 modifier left, and 4 will still have 1 modifier left. So let's actually create that tool with a haste 4 real quick. So I've got the modifiers in this chest, so let's quickly get those from this chest, and I'll show you how to create a tool. So first of all, you need to stand on the long edge of the anvil. If you stand on the short edge, it won't work. So you need to hug and this anvil on the longer edge, then throw the blocks right out, and you'll see that there are some particles out of there. That's an indication that the modifier is now in. And now throw your tool on there. And then, as the tooltip here says, put it in the anvil by right clicking. It has an armor stand here, and then pick it out again, and you will see that it has 1 modifier removed, and it is now enchanted, indicating that it is probably modified. So we can add another one. This will be haste 2, as the tooltip says, and you'll see that there's still 2 modifiers left. But when we add the third one, and just place it in there, don't forget that it will mess up the tool if you don't do it properly. And you'll see that it has only 1 modifier left now. So let's do the last one real quick. Throw it on there, put it in, get it out, and you'll see that there's still 1 modifier left. So this is now a haste 4 tool, which is equivalent to efficiency 8, which is extremely quick for an iron pickaxe, but it's rather expensive as well. But it's a pretty good early game thing to get. So the next thing is sharpness, and this does exact same thing as the efficiency. It has the same levels where it reduces the modifiers, and it has also a maximum level of 4. So let's put a sharpness modifier in here. You'll see that it is white now, indicating that there is a sharpness modifier in there. And then just repeat the same process. So first, before I drop it in, you'll see that there's 2 modifiers left. And once I do the same thing here, you'll see that it's still 2 modifiers left. And you've probably guessed it. If I finalize everything, you'll see there's 1 modifier left. Same thing once again, and you'll see sharpness 4, still 1 modifier left. So this is equivalent to a vanilla sharpness 8 sword, which is rather powerful for an iron sword. But as I said, it's rather expensive. So luck has a little bit of a different gist to it. So if we get this shovel, it will have fortune on there when you modify it with luck, which has 3 levels in total and applies at 1 and 3. But if you get a sword, for example, it will get a looting on there. So pickaxes, axes, and shovels get fortune, and swords get looting. So load it on there. Same process, luck 1, get it out, and you'll see 2 modifiers left. Next one. And again, you can do this rather quickly once you get the gist of it. So 2 modifiers left, and the last one should, of course, appear with 1 modifier left. And this has basically fortune 3 on there. Pretty cool. So what's the next modifier? It's reinforced. So let's grab the iron axe, and this adds a lot of extra durability to your tool. And it actually doubles every time you add another modifier to this. So for example, this is 1, and this has twice the amount, and this is thrice the amount of level 1. So let's quickly add the modifier, and this has, of course, the appropriate glow. This adds every level though, so if we now do this, you'll see that it has 1 modifier left. It removed 1 modifier. Let's do the next one, reinforce 2, and you'll see that it has 1 modifier left, and we can still add the last one. So just throw that on there, click it in, click it out, and you'll see that it's 0 modifiers left. But let's say we wanted to add another modifier now. You can't. It doesn't allow it. So there you go. It has a little message there showing that you can't add anything more. So that's the first set of tools. Let's look at the next one. This is repair, and this basically does the same thing as the mending enchantment does, but it does require a lot of these blocks. So let's add to this golden axe, which has a lot of modifiers. So you'll see that there's a little green color here. Then throw it out, place it in, get it out, and you'll see it has 1 modifier removed, and it now has repair on there. So that will remove by when you get XP. The next one here is the silky, which basically adds a silk touch to your tool. You might have guessed that already. So it's the same process, throw it on there, get it in, get it out, and you probably expected the modifier to remove as well. And now has silk touch on there. Pretty cool. So the last one I want to show you in this clip is the knockback one, and I'll actually get a diamond sword for this because it's a pretty cool one. Knockback does just what you thought, knockback, but it has an extremely higher, or a lot higher effect than what normal vanilla Minecraft offers you. So level 1 reduces 1 modifier, and level 2 also reduces 1 modifier. But it does give you a pretty cool effect. So let's summon a villager, because they don't burn in daylight. There you go, and just a single swing. That's pretty cool. You have to admit, that's pretty cool. So I can play around all day with this, but that's the last modifier I'll show in this clip. The last modifier is actually Fury, and I'll show that in the next clip. So the last modifier might be the most interesting one. This is because it is Fury, which is the last modifier, actually has different effects on different tools. So before we start, let's actually modify one of these tools. I've already done a full set, but let's do the shovel together. So if you don't know the gist already, that's how you do it. So the sword is most basic. The sword just lights mobs on fire, but this, the other tools don't. Let's actually kill this villager because of his sound. There you go. So the other tools have a different effect. So for example, if you, with one of these tools, you can mine it with any. If you mine an oak or another log, it will turn into charcoal, just like if it smelts it. So also the acacia ones. So also the new types of wood that are at 1.7 have this effect. If you mine an iron or a gold ore, you'll also get one of these ingots. But if you already have a smeltery, why would you use this system? Also, if you want to dry with sponges, use a Fury and modifier, because it dries the sponges instantly. Also, sand has a great effect of turning into glass, wherever that glass went, there it was. And the clay turns into 4 bricks, because it drops 4 clay balls, which all turn into a brick. And the last one, which is pretty cool if you're working in the nether, this stuff turns into nether bricks, which is also pretty neat, I think. The last part of this video will consist out of a few tools that might be really useful, so I'm just suggesting how you could make and combine modifiers to create some pretty interesting tools that you can't do in vanilla. So to start off with, I want to show you how to combine multiple modifiers, which is pretty easy actually. You just throw one of them on, do your thing, and then throw the second one on, do your thing again. Which I actually didn't do correctly. There you go. And it now has Silky and Fury, this shovel. And this shovel is pretty interesting because if I mine the clay with just Fury, I get 4 bricks, as I showed before. But once I do this with Silky as well, you'll see that I get a hardened clay block, because this turns into a clay block which smelts into a hardened clay block, which is pretty interesting. So you can mine clay if you want hardened clay like this. It's pretty cheap to get this shovel, and it's pretty useful as well. So there you go, 12 hardened clay without any smelting or other shenanigans needed. So I've got 3 more tools. I've got an early game instant mine tool. I'll quickly show you what's on this pickaxe. So let's see, it is fully modified. It has haste 4 and reinforced. So reinforced is not really early game because it requires a lot of obsidian. But what I wanted to show you with is that you could create an instant mine pick, and the reinforced is just to make it last longer. You could add anything else on there as well. So let's just mine this out, and there you go. That was pretty quick, and it's early game, so if you add some one extra modifier on there of something cool, that will turn into a pretty great pickaxe, which lasts for a rather long while. So the last, or another one I want to show you is the low-cost stone miner. So if you want a lot of stone, then it's pretty useful to get a low-cost stone miner without having to get a diamond pickaxe just for the job. So this one has haste 4 and silky on it. So again, you can just, this is instant mine, but you don't need the haste 4 on this. You could add any other miner. But this is just to make it go quicker, and there you go. A lot of stone just in a few seconds, which is pretty cool. The last thing I want to show you is a battle axe, and this battle axe actually suffers from one of the little issues with this, or the single issue with the modifier system, and that's the fact that if you combine haste and sharpness on any axe, which can only be a diamond axe or a gold axe, then you can only do 1 up to 3 instead of 4. It won't allow you to do the sharpness 4 on this one, but it is an axe with both haste, and it has of course instant mine on logs, which is pretty cool, and it has as I said, it has the sharpness on it, so it will also function as a pretty good mob killing machine. But that's as far as it goes for the cool and new tools. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed this little module. I worked really hard on it, so if you appreciated this module, then please leave a like and share this video, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. I will upload more of these kinds of videos, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching, guys. See you later.